up, everybody? This is Mal for the Pizza Boy, and welcome back to my franchise series. This is Road to Super Bowl 54. This week, we're against the Chicago Bears at US Bank Stadium. And before I get into it, I might have done the smartest thing possible. I heightened the difficulty for this game so I can try to get somewhat used to it before the playoffs happen. And as you see, after this game, it is the playoffs. I am number 1 seed, so I will be getting the first round, the wild card, as a bye week. So, enough of the talk. Let's get straight into it.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the monsters of the Midway, the Chicago Bears, and the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in at 15-0, 1 win short of a perfect regular season.
And it's something we've only seen a couple of times. Miami in 1972, New England in 2007. We know they're not going to mail it in. They're going to go for it.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
Alright, we gotta try to get used to playing at the all-pro level before we get into the playoffs.
Here we go, the final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Quarterback Mitchell Trubisky leading out the Chicago Bears. Former number 2 overall pick out of Carolina. Big improvements in year 2 for Trubisky. Touchdown spiked from 7 to 24. Yards per game went up by almost 50. And, of course, most importantly, the Bears went from 5 wins to 12 and an NFC North title. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Cleveland Browns is 7-3 in this.
They'll run with a 3rd-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's what we needed to watch out for. Tariq Cohen. I think that's him on the
offense. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Robinson's got him. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now Trubisky on 1st down. This is caught by Robinson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Bears on the move.
They've got
another 1st down.
They're moving it good. Now what we want to see, we gotta try stopping them. That's what we gotta do.
1st down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
We got in there good.
The tackle there by Stephen Weatherly.
And
now a look at the offense for Chicago.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs.
Bend,
because
but
we've
don't
seen some
break.
early success
Don't
in the
let
passing
we
game
can't
in
let
this
them
one,
get a touchdown.
and that's going to need to continue.
A pick would be nice.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Bend, but don't break. We're bending good, but we can't break.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall
saved
right
us.
around the line of of scrimmage.
Thank you.
No gain there on
The
the play,
best
and that's going to leave them
safety
with a 4th
in the league
down.
helped us out.
So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually
Now we
loud
gotta
and big.
try to get a touchdown on this drive.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game.
Got
On
to
the
the
flip
30.
side,
That's actually
if you're
a
a
good
defender,
one, though.
it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
So here are the Vikings under 6-year head coach Mike Zimmer. They'll be led out by a 5th-round pick in the 2019 draft out of North Dakota State. It's Easton Stick.
And I like his honesty because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say, that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy, but somehow...
Under a heavy rush and down
they
he
got
goes. The sack there
I
by
even saw
Roquan
a
Smith.
good
But we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is
Not good.
incomplete. He was looking for his tight end
He's
there,
already not
Kyle
good already.
Rudolph. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And the
We
offensive
need to try to get a
starters for
first
the
down.
Vikings.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That would have been a
So the defense
wide
able to get off the
big
field
threat,
here on
though.
3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bears take over.
The offense
The Bears
needs, I
offense
need
ready to
my
go for
offense
their
needs
next
to be better
drive.
for this game.
And the magnitude of this game,
The line
everybody
needs
knows it. The
to
fans, obviously,
help
the
out.
players and coaches. There's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
All right. So mostly what they're saying is,
So now
if the
2nd and
Bears
10
win,
after the
they're going to be in the
incompletion on
playoffs.
1st down.
So we need to beat the Bears.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And
with
yet again,
that,
he stopped behind
that's
the
a
line
good
of
stop.
scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be
Trubisky's
facing
gonna
a
be throwing
3rd
it.
and 12.
Press good. That's what we're going to need.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Now
And that's what we needed.
Intercepted.
Cool
Top
rain.
former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
That's what we needed.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And he finally is out of bounds, but he's
That's what we
down
needed.
inside the 20-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota.
Where's
43
Smith
yards.
Jr.?
I know
He
we
needed
love
that
our
from you.
jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty,
He
excited
was
about.
close to breaking it,
Big
but
plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed
Right.
was the fist pump from
Abdul-
the sideline
yeah,
after
I
that gets
forgot.
fired out. That's a big gain. A good response by the
I did
defense, sending
forget
them backwards after that
that
huge gain last play.
our
3-0
main
after
man,
one on EA
Dalvin Cook,
Sports.
he is injured. So we got Abdullah in the backfield.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Stick. And Rudolph has it.
There we go. Tight end
He
Kyle
will
Rudolph.
score. Touchdown, Vikings.
That's what we need. We need these touchdowns.
Rudolph with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
Oh,
A I'll
the
let you do
tight
the
end is
analysis,
going to be his
partner. With every
main
touchdown pass this young
focus
quarterback
sometimes.
throws, and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be?
God,
We've seen him improve throughout the year.
That's
We've seen
good.
him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
He's okay.
That's fielded in the end zone.
Yeah.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
We need to keep winning
and
this game.
following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still on the attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll find Miller. That's complete. 11 yards there. First down. They'll run on first down. Cohen. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. They go play action. Trubisky. He's got Burton here. Give him a couple on the catch.
Field
It's
goal would
second
be
and 8.
nice. The pick would be great.
And partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created
It's funny,
equal. Because everything was right.
I just have to play it for a field
But
goal.
he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the
The pick
league.
would be nice.
So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there and a first down. Trubisky now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10. Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the
It's
field.
bad, but it's Cohen.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Oh, he's going to be back in the game.
Second and
He
12
will be
after
back.
the first down
No
pass
doubt.
play went backwards for 2 yards. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Now Trubisky. This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play.
We were bending,
Problems
but
on
we
third
weren't
down so
breaking.
far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big
Don't
chunks
get
of
the
yards
third
on
down in
first
the
and
first
second
place.
down.
That's funny.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here
They
in this
could
game,
doink it.
isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. 13 games going on here this final Sunday of 2019, the final Sunday of the regular season. 3 more games still to come following us. Raiders, Broncos, Cards, Rams, and Niners, Seahawks. And then we'll know the 12 teams who will continue on into the playoffs starting next Saturday here on EA Sports. From the 21, it's second and 10.
One side is open. That isn't.
On second and 10, it's Stick. And he fends him off. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Khalil
Mack racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line.
God. Khalil Mack, he's dangerous. He is.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Returnable here from the 38. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. As you see the season totals, barring a really great effort today, Charles, probably going to fall a little bit shy of 1,000, but still he's had some moments this year.
Plenty of them for him to be in this spot right now, and I don't know about you, but I'm betting that the head coach spent this entire week playing a little bit of a mind game with him.
How so?
There we go.
And Trubisky goes down. Danielle Hunter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And Robinson with a big catch. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts.
It is.
As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first
the
half.
offense is not what I want to see, but...
To throw on 2nd and 6. Trubisky, he finds Robinson. Touchdown, Chicago!
Dude.
Allen Robinson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
Yeah.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some
work
to do.
I would love to get
I like how you're guarding against a letdown
How are
there.
you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, it is a pretty good one.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
That's what we need.
You have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over.
We need to get our receivers and tight ends going.
To push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. Complete. Smith has it. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. As they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
I need to get to my main guy.
All the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara who had the play covered from the start. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Stick buying time to his left. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That one's on Garrett Bradbury, the first center taken back in April's draft. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Stick to throw once more. It's caught. Smith.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Yes.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post. Because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it.
We're going to need you.
Following the penalty, Abdullah.
There we go. Amir Abdullah into the end zone.
For a Viking touchdown. Amir Abdullah as the first half is winding down. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT.
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, they'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for.
Oh, they're going to kneel it.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, God.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. Danny Amendola, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From Motown, let's head across Lake Erie to Buffalo. See what's going on with the Bills. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Josh Allen with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lamar Jackson has a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay,
All
if
right,
I get a
Coach,
score
thank you, and we
here,
welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final
I
2
think
quarters of the
it'll
NFL
be-
regular season are upon
No,
us
it
as
will
the
be a
second half
2-score
of
game
Week
if I get a score
17
here.
is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And all
No,
that
it would be
work,
one
but he
score and
stopped
2
where he
point,
ultimately
actually.
would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive
My
underway.
receivers have
They have
yet
the lead
to
now. They'll be
throw.
looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter. And he can't find
Wait,
anywhere
Khalil
to
Mack.
go with it. And he
Khalil
goes
Mack
down.
is one of the
Khalil
most
Mack
dangerous
in there to get him
defensive
sack number
ends.
14 for him on the year. And they need to work
I
to at least
hate how
get
they
some
drive
of
in
this
their
yardage
traffic.
back after the
Some of them
sack.
good,
Second and
some of them
19.
just make players
Stick back to
work so much
pass.
hard.
His throw incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. An incomplete
Yeah, I
pass
don't
on that
think
last
I'm
play,
gonna get
and
a
that
score on
means he'll
this
need to
drive.
come up with something here on third down. Here's Stick looking to throw. The open
right.
man is Smith. That goes for a
Smith
gain
is
of
doing good.
31.
If I can't get to any of my
That one hurts
receivers,
defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big
can't
play
get it to
right
my
there.
receivers,
Their
I have to
offense
get it
was
to
already
Smith.
warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Escaping the pressure right. He's got the first down and more inside
Khalil,
the 40.
no.
Apart from
Wait, I think
Kyler Murray,
Khalil
not
is
too many
outside
mobile
my
QBs
back.
in this
I
year's
can't
rookie
remember.
class, but some good scrambling there to get the first.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
3rd and 1.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
It's complete. Abdullah. And Abdullah lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
We needed a score.
They try again with Cohen. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
If stopping at this point would be nice.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Trubisky now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
This game is always
a game there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
With Abdullah fumbling it, that was
run, you can almost feel
not the best thing.
Shaking, and that's from the offensive
I
line.
don't know why he decided to fumble it.
I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offense.
And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears have once again taken the lead.
You can't let them get this.
Now Trubisky to throw. And that is caught for the 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length
Abdullah
and some catch radius,
fumble,
as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Abdullah.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
I want
and here we
Abdullah
are
to be
almost
good.
through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mild.
Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The pressure. That's all it is.
Georgia Bulldog finding his way into the backfield.
I can't do anything except
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And this one hauled in by Rudolph.
Face mask.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Yes, it is.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
1st and 10, stick. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Can't do anything with the Bears.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
No. With the Bears, how they are.
Return welcoming you back to
I can't do anything. Cleo
the
Mack,
Vikings in possession of the football,
can't do anything.
Points. They're trailing here to start.
That's one thing I hate about this man. Yes, Factor.
Now on 2nd and 16, stick. And I think the ball's out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
The X factor that
can bet they're bringing 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. This is fielded a couple yards
Some
deep.
players don't really need
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one
to make them more
to the
OP.
27.
I can't do shit with freaking Cleo Mack.
Back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff
I wish
picture
somebody could
coming into
shoot him in the head right now.
NFC. And these guys locked into that number 1 seed. That's been a foregone conclusion for a while. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I can't find anyone.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This
Can't do
offensive
shit.
line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Under pressure again, and down he
Right
goes
there.
again.
More shit happening.
Khalil Mack. He
Khalil Mack.
continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd. Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching
Gotta go
teams
for it.
play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
You need to keep doing the drive. It's doing good. It's what I need.
Shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling. Don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second.
Amir, don't fumble it.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. On 4th down, here's Stick. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. There he goes, left side.
There we go.
Touchdown, Vikings.
What we needed.
C.J. Ham, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
He was a quick one.
So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. Bailey got the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
I'm just going to take a record and just hope you don't score.
Bailey now to
if I go
kick
put
it
it
away after the
onside,
touchdown.
it's a 75% chance. No, most of 99.9%
It's fielded a few yards into the end zone.
chance
And no
I
run
won't
back
get
here.
it.
This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next
I say it's
drive.
about a 75%
right now,
chance.
To a 1-score lead, Charles.
No, 15%
and I think operating
chance
within
that I
the
can get the ball
offense
back.
with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Face mask. Defense.
Anthony Harris, what
Boy,
the?
a tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties. No,
That's not what
Yeah,
we
we know
need.
the emotions are running high, the tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
A run there on 1st down, and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes.
I need a
We've
pick.
got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Cohen. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon.
Oh, that's going out of bounds.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
All right.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about the opportunity.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I've been playing this game like it's all been inside 2 minutes.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Back to throw. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
He's got Smith here. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
8-yard line.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone come.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down
That's
close.
What we needed.
I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Now they got to get a field goal.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out.
It's been a good game. It's been a good game. It's been heart-wrenching.
Prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage.
30 seconds.
Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted.
There we go.
Picked off at the 39. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is up to 8.
All right. They need a score and 2 points.
Another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
It's been a toughie.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation? And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
16 seconds Hail Mary.
Use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It's mostly a touchdown pass. They have to get a touchdown. Field goals are out of the picture.
Back to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
1 more try for a Hail Mary.
1 score down. Here we go.
Final play of the game.
Here on 4th down.
Oh.
1 last shot for Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for Minnesota, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to ever do so. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Chicago, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card.
All right.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
I'm just going to leave us off here. And if you guys liked it, smash that like button. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later, guys.